Hey, boys and girls, Scotty the Redneck Canadian. Today's kind of a crappy day out. It started raining yesterday late afternoon, and we still got cloud cover. And I was talking to one of my friends, and I was like, we were talking about clouds and winter and stuff. And I go, one thing I've noticed is this: there's something to this peak solar hours thing because I watch my controller and every morning around a little bit after 10 o'clock it starts taking off. So we're gonna talk about that, and let me show you this. So I'm trying to calculate what I'm gonna need for the winter time. Right now none of this even matters. There's enough sun, there's enough solar energy that I will never deplete 10.25 kilowatts of battery backup. But in the wintertime, I'm I'm still a little bit unsure. So, but let's talk about solar peak times. Okay, so I looked up. I'm a little bit north of the 45th parallel here, like, I don't know, about 45 miles north of the 45th parallel. So in June, we get 6.5 solar peak hours, which is 1,000 watts of sunlight per square meter. So 39 inches by 39 inches. Anyways, and then I looked up, it's hard to find these actual hours. I haven't found a site yet, but using my solar lunar charts, I see that the sun transit, which is the highest point in the sky, is at 1:37 this afternoon. And so if I take a half of the peak hours, which is 3 hours and 15 minutes, right, 3.25, and I subtract it from 1:30, I get 10:15. So it's 9 o'clock right now, and we're net positive right now. I've got 8 amps cranking in right now. I've got the wood stove going because it was cold, and that's the pump over here for my my hot water system is going. And today I'm going to start putting my kitchen back together. Look at that. Look at that beautiful slab that I made out of white oak. So I'll do a video on that too. But anyways, so it's 9 o'clock. We're going to come back in about an hour, and I'm going to show you. It's crazy. Even though there's like no sun in the sky, you can see it's kind of bright up there. I mean, it looks brighter on the camera than it actually is, but there's like no sun. So we're going to come back in like an hour, and I'm going to show you what I've noticed. When you hit that peak solar time, it's going to start jumping up, even with the cloud cover. All right, it's like 9:45, and you can see it's already picked up, and it is like not sunny out at all. So we got another half hour to go, and we'll see. It is starting to break up the clouds, so there are times when we get a little bit of sun. So we'll come back in maybe 15 minutes, see where we're at. All right, it's like 10 after 10, so we're almost there. The sun is a little bit brighter, granted. It's starting, but you can see it's up. So we'll see. Hopefully the clouds, I know, solar. Hopefully the clouds come back over here in the next 20 minutes or so. Okay, it is 10:15. We pretty much have no sun. And look, we're up to almost 15 amps. So let's see what happens. It should pretty rapidly go up here. So we're going to check in like 10 minutes. Okay, now it's like 10:30. So we're definitely into the solar peak time. And look, we're at 22, almost 23, right? And look, I mean, there's no sunshine, although it's starting to come out now. But when that sun starts coming out, it'll like ramp right up to 40. So anyways, if it stays cloudy, I mean, it's still not sunny. I mean, there's no shadows being cast on the ground, really. So, although you can see it in the camera, but you can't with the naked eye. Anyway, we'll come back in a little bit. We're still around 20. All right. What we're going to do, second to last one, you see there's no sun. What I've been kind of judging is if I can see the sun gleaming out there, but there's no shadows. And we're at like 24. We were at 26. So that shows us, I mean, when we started, we were at like 5 or 8, right? And as soon as we got into that solar prime time, that's when it jumped up. And you can see my batteries, I got 400 amp hours. We're almost back up to full. So let's wait until 137 and see where we're at. Hopefully, I know it sounds dumb because I'm Mr. Solar now, but hopefully there's no sun at 137 and we can kind of do a comparison. Okay, so now there's like no cloud. It is really dark. It's like about 11 o'clock, a little bit after 11. And we're at like 12 amps. So a little bit better than 25%. Because that's a 40 amp and we're pretty evenly matched. It's got to be pretty sunny and during the peak time for it to hit 40. So let's see. We'll come back at 137 and see. All right, well, it is right now 130, and you can see that was like 18 amps, so we're like 16. The battery's full, so it's not going to show the way that it was. But look, I got my kitchen starting to get back together, and look at this. I got all the plumbing put back, and not put back, but created. My washer dryer's running, and I gotta go out and get the rest of the stove. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, here we are, 18 amps, and there is no sun to be had at all. So let's sit down and figure this out, talk about what this data tells us. Okay, to recap what our observations were today. At 10:15 we had peak solar hours, right? We had between 25 and 50%, but honestly it was closer to 50% output. Okay, my current output at night, or usage, I'm sorry, at night is about 40 amp hours. It's actually less, but we're gonna say it's 40. And let's say that it's gonna double to 80. Now I've got 400 amp hours of batteries, so I've got reserve, okay? In December, if I put my panels at 65 degrees, which is what I'm gonna do so that they shed as much snow as possible, even though we don't get a lot of snow here, it does happen. We've got 1.81 peak hours, okay? So with my 6 panels at 20 amps, which is 50%, that's gonna replenish 36. So that won't be enough on an overcast day. If I add an additional 3 panels, that's gonna give me 30 amps per hour on an overcast day. That's gonna give me 55. That's going to cost me an additional $480 for 3 more panels. And then if I get 12 panels, that's going to give me 40 amps for 72 when I multiply it by 1.81, which is about what I'm going to use daily. So I need to either go with 9 and pray for sun, or if I think I want to be safe, I'm going to need to go with 12 panels. So, and then just, you know, you got to keep in mind too that even off peak, they do produce some. And then, you know, if I've got 80 amps coming in here with 12 panels, you know, it's going to happen in no time on a sunny day. So I mean, that's really my question right now. Do I have 3 or do I add 12? So, and you can see right now, if you can see, like it's not close to even sunny. My batteries are full. It's pulling 9 amps. Let's go turn the, I don't know where somewhere around here I got a remote for this thing. We'll turn the AC on here. Let's see what happens. It's climbing a little bit now. When that compressor kicks on, it'll climb up. So, or not, I don't know. Oh, there it goes. And we're still putting a little bit into the battery, so there it goes climbing as that compressor's spooling up. So anyway, that's my question. Do I double it or do I just go with 3 more? All right, till next time, keep your sticks on the ice. All right, well, I see what the problem was. It's only like 60 degrees outside to turn that sucker way down. But Look, it's pulling 28 amps now. So that's like 2/3. And it's not sunny out. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Do I spend 480 or do I spend 960? Thinking I might just spend the 960 and do this once. So. What's going on? You look skinny and raggedy. Coda. Hey, get back here. You're a dick. Why are you gonna, why? Why can't the deer hang out here? You're a dick. Seriously, you're a dick.